Movies have always been a source of entertainment for people all around the world. They allow us to escape from reality and delve into a world of adventure, romance, and action. One genre of movies that has always been popular are adventure movies. And when we talk about adventure movies, the name Indiana Jones instantly comes to mind. Indiana Jones is a movie franchise that has been loved by fans for decades. Harrison Ford's portrayal of the character is iconic, and many movies have tried to copy the series formula, such as 1985's Romancing the Stone, 1999's The Mummy, and 2004's National Treasure. But the most blatant example of a movie being more than inspired by Indiana Jones is 1985's King Solomon's Mines. Hey everyone, I'm Brendan Kelleher. The Indiana Jones franchise was created by George Lucas and directed by Steven Spielberg. The first installment, Raiders of the Lost Ark, was released in 1981 and became an instant hit, becoming the highest grossing film of the year at the box office, and launched a hugely popular franchise that continues to this day, with the recent release of the latest film, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. As always with Hollywood, this success did not go unnoticed. Back in the 80s, Israeli producers Menahem Golan and Golan Globus were well known for making cheap imitations of popular movies and set about making their own plans for an Indiana Jones-like franchise. Directed by J. Lee Thompson and starring Richard Chamberlain and Sharon Stone, the film is an adaptation of H. Rider Haggard's novel of the same name. Set in Africa, the movie tells the story of a group of adventurers who search for the fabled King Solomon's Mines. Alan Quatermain serves as the protagonist in several works featuring him, and is often seen as a quintessential example of the Victorian adventurer. Quatermain is a British-born hunter and adventurer who spends most of his time in Africa. He is depicted as a tall, lean man with long beard and piercing blue eyes. He is an expert marksman and tracker, and is known for his physical prowess and courage. In the novel King Solomon's Mines, Alan Quatermain is hired by a wealthy adventurer named Sir Henry Curtis to lead an expedition into the uncharted interior of Africa in search of a lost diamond mine. Along the way, Quatermain encounters several dangerous obstacles and must use all of his skills to keep his party alive. Quatermain's most notable trait is his moral character. He is seen as a true gentleman, always willing to help those in need and protect the innocent. He also has a deep respect for the people and cultures of Africa, often choosing to learn from them rather than impose his own beliefs. As much as the 1985 adaptation of King Solomon's Mines is often criticized for being an Indiana Jones ripoff, the irony is the character of Alan Quatermain was one of the influences George Lucas had for Indiana Jones. It's understandable that many people draw comparisons between King Solomon's Mines and Indiana Jones. Both stories have a similar premise: a treasure hunt in a dangerous and exotic location. Both Quatermain and Jones are adventurers who are in search of ancient artifacts, and the stories also have similar themes of adventure, danger, and suspense. However, it's not entirely fair to say that King Solomon's Mines is a rip-off of Indiana Jones. The novel was published almost 100 years before the first Indiana Jones movie was made. Haggard's book was groundbreaking at the time of its publication, and set the template for many adventure stories that followed. The novel was a huge commercial success and has been in print ever since. It's inspired numerous adaptations and has been influential in shaping the adventure genre. Indiana Jones, on the other hand, was created as a homage to the classic adventure stories of the past. The creators of the franchise were heavily inspired by King Solomon's Mines, as well as other adventure stories like The Treasure of the Sierra Madre and The Maltese Falcon. Indy was designed as an updated version of the classic adventure archetype that Haggard created with Quatermain. So while there are similarities between King Solomon's Mines and Indiana Jones, it's not entirely correct to call the former a rip-off of the latter. King Solomon's Mines was a groundbreaking adventure novel that paved the way for many stories that followed, including Indiana Jones. Both stories have made significant contributions to the adventure genre, and fans of the genre can appreciate the unique qualities of each story. The 1985 adaptation of King Solomon's Mines follows the journey of Alan Quatermain, played by Richard Chamberlain, who was hired by a woman named Jessie Houston, played by Sharon Stone, to help her find her missing father, who was believed to have found the legendary mines of King Solomon. Along the way, they encounter various obstacles and dangerous situations, including hostile tribes and rival treasure hunters. The making of King Solomon's Mines was a challenging task for everyone involved. The film was shot on location in Zimbabwe, which meant that the crew had to deal with the unpredictable African weather, dangerous wildlife, and difficult terrain. However, the challenges did not stop there. Production was plagued with setbacks, including a near-fatal accident involving a helicopter, which left several crew members injured. Despite these setbacks, the crew remained determined to complete the film. Richard Chamberlain, who played Quatermain, was particularly committed to the project. He learned how to speak the local language and spent months training with a military advisor to ensure that his character's actions and mannerisms were realistic. Sharon Stone, who played Jessie Houston, was also dedicated to the film. She spent several months studying the history of the region. Beyond the cast and crew, the making of King Solomon's Mines also had a significant impact on the local community. The production provided employment opportunities, and several locals were hired as extras and crew members. One of the most remarkable aspects of the film is its breathtaking cinematography, which takes the audience on a visual journey through the stunning landscapes of Africa. From lush jungles to vast deserts, the film captures the raw beauty of the continent, while also depicting the difficulties of surviving in such harsh environments. In addition to its impressive visuals, the movie also excels in its portrayal of complex characters. Chamberlain's Quatermain is a flawed but deeply honourable adventurer, while Stone's Jessie Houston is a determined and resourceful woman who defies gender stereotypes. Kind of. Together they make a great pair, whose chemistry keeps the audience engaged throughout the film.
Well, do something! You're the adventurer!
Oh, sure, you take the 1,000 on the right, I'll take the 1,000 on the left!
It's every bit as entertaining as Indiana Jones pairing Marion Ravenwood in Raiders of the Lost Ark. The movie also features memorable supporting performances by actors such as Herbert Lom, John Rhys Davies, who also starred in Raiders of the Lost Ark. The film makes absolutely no apologies about its attempts to replicate the appeal of Raiders. One chase scene on a train, for example, blatantly copies a key scene from the latter film, as Quatermain is fighting a thug and falls behind the train, only to gradually pull himself back up, just like Indy does during the truck chase in Raiders. Also, the theme score by Jerry Goldsmith is very, very similar to the Indiana Jones theme composed by John Williams. Play them back to back and you would swear they're almost identical. Overall, King Solomon's Mines is a fun and entertaining adventure film that offers a thrilling journey through the African continent, featuring stunning visuals, memorable characters, and an engaging storyline. Released in 1985, King Solomon's Mines was a box office success, grossing over $15 million. Although it had a mixed reception from critics, the film became a cult classic of the adventure genre, and its popularity led to a sequel, Alan Quatermain and the Lost City of Gold. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please give it a like. Consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Share it with your friends. Click the bell for notifications. And let me know in the comments, what's your favourite Indiana Jones ripoff? Most importantly, I hope you all look after yourselves, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.